Hey everyone, and welcome into TexAgs Rewind, presented by Specs. For 63 years, Specs has been your go-to for huge selection and lower prices. Enjoy anniversary specials on your favorite drinks all month long. Specs, the fun starts here. All right, guys, Carter, Nick, I'm considering a non-intro for the Rewind, just going straight into it, okay? The other option is letting, not to be rude, the C team do it, okay? Because the B team is Bronny and Zane and Nick. And by B, not because they're B, but Bronny starts with a B. That's why I call it the B team, right?
That'll do it.
All right. And then the C team would be in the next group. Nick, what should we do?
Why don't we let the people decide? If they actually decide to comment or something, you can let people comment what they want.
They only like to comment on mean things.
I mean, let me tell you, we gave Kaylee her shot a couple times, and talk about a dumpster fire. I mean, my goodness.
Was it not good?
I'm just kidding. I'm giving her a hard time.
Okay.
She's back there working hard.
Oh, by the way, I just saw this. It looks terrible on camera. I didn't realize it was still noticeable. Anyway, what do you think? You don't really get an opinion.
I like the people. I'm a man of the people.
Why don't we give Carter a shot? Carter, intro the Rewind.
Yep.
Let's go. Do it now.
Welcome to the TexAgs Rewind.
I want some passion. I want you to be excited about doing this.
Welcome to the TexAgs Rewind.
Cut. Do it again.
Yeah, start.
Welcome to the TexAgs Rewind.
Why are you always looking down when you're doing it?
Welcome to the TexAgs Rewind. My name is Carter Adams. I'm in the Rollo Insurance Studio. This is sponsored by Specs. I'm in the Angry Elephant News and Social Center.
This is good.
And
I like it.
I'm having a good time. David's having a good time. Nick's having a good time.
Okay, we've gone way too long. Let's go into it.
All right, let's go right into it. Let's see it. Boom.
No, like, what's your favorite part?
Oh, I like the Mean Street
You're
podcast.
supposed to ask me what my favorite part is.
David, what was your favorite part of the show?
The Mean Street podcast guys, the ones that actually have seen Bucky ball up close and seen it evolve.
I took the words right out of my mouth. It made me hype.
Maybe we can ask Nick what he...
Hey, Nick, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What was your favorite part of the show today?
I'm gonna go.
Go
See,
early.
I would say Tom Hart, but people are gonna cancel me for it, so I'll go Michael Earley.
It's a good choice.
You've been canceled. Michael Earley was great. Billy Liucci was great, too, by the way.
He was great. He
All right,
was.
can you tell the people to watch the rewind?
Yeah. Hey, guys, can you watch the Rewind for me and for David and for everyone, please?
Bucky plays the most unique brand of basketball you're going to see in college basketball, because it's almost it's a marriage between Oats's, fast-paced, up-tempo offense, a lot of threes, a lot of layups. If you watch Alabama basketball, you'd be very familiar with that style of play. Bucky's been doing that since he got the Mountain Brook job in 2008. So he's been doing that forever. And so for me, when Oates got a job at Bama, it was such a smooth transition because I had played that style my whole life. And defensively is kind of where it's just completely unique from anything else, in that you are pressing the whole game. You press off of makes, but you also press off of misses. And so it's just so unique. And as to why I think, he's had so much success, it's almost a completely different reason. I don't know if y'all seen the clips of Houston practices circulating recently, where it's like guys are just all over the floor. It's like a war at practice. That was every single day in high school, every single day in college under Bucky. It is kind of almost the style that tricks people into thinking that that's why he's successful at what he does. But in reality, it is that he gets so much buy-in from his guys. And I just don't know if I've ever, had to work as hard as I did during some of those practices. I mean, they turn into absolute wars a lot of the time. And then you combine that with the fact he is the most detail-oriented coach I've ever been around. I mean, he is the most Saban-like in his approach to basketball, and that it's so process-oriented. I mean, you'd never see him more upset than when we were up 30 and we give up a transition layup for no reason. So that's why he's been so successful everywhere he's been. It's the style that makes him maybe more attractive to fans and makes it really just an appealing brand of basketball to watch. But it's those gritty details, which is why he has had so much success everywhere he's been.
William, I'm a little jealous because I've heard you mention that you get to go to his office and chit-chat with him. I don't remember being invited to many offices. But let's talk about the turnaround this weekend, the line in the sand moment. What changed from Friday to Saturday?
There wasn't some big change, to be honest with you. I think that's what people are looking for. But I think there may be like a shift, and the guy we faced on Friday was really, really good. I mean, one of the top pitchers I've ever went up against in college baseball, period. And we hit some balls well, and I know we got no hit and run ruled, but sometimes when you get beat like that, it's just kind of like you kind of let loose, I think, a little bit, where it's just like, okay, like that was just a whipping. It's a way bigger letdown to lose a 1 or 2 run game, where a game like that is just more embarrassing. And I think it got to that point where I think everyone's just kind of, we were a little embarrassed, and that's never what you want to happen. But baseball just kind of got us, and I think we just regrouped and went out there and played with a looseness and just, played baseball. It was a really, really fun, long Saturday.
Coach Richard Zane, congratulations on what is, we believe, to be Texas A&M as a program, their first road series victory over a top-ranked program. The 180 that you had to have gone through from Friday night to then Saturday evening when you guys got on the plane back to College Station, what was that like for you? And just how would you sum up the entire weekend as a whole?
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it's a complete. I mean, it's a 180 in how we performed, but I felt like we're gonna win every game, and I'm not just saying that. So I felt like we were gonna go in there and win too, and we did. And I was just proud of how they played and how they went about it, and bounce back or whatever you want to call it. But I just think it shows what I've been saying is true, and I know it's true. Is we got a lot of care in that locker room, like to be where we're at, to lose a game like that, and then to come back on Saturday in front of all their fans at their place and play two and do what we did, I think just speaks to the character and quality humans we got in that locker room and how much they want to win. Like there's absolutely no quit in us. And then I've said that from the beginning, whether we were winning or losing. Yeah, you got to perform better. Like that's definitely the case. But there's a high level of care in that locker room and in this building, and only we know what goes on inside this building. And that's why going in there Saturday, I knew, and I really knew after we won the first one. I was like, all right, we're getting this one. So
Tom, look, I'm not trying to pick a fight here, but I know that you were on the call on Friday and things sucked, and then you weren't on the call on Saturday and things. So I'm just kidding. What's up, man?
You probably get into this situation sometimes. You're a big, strong guy. Like your wife ever ask you to loosen the lid of the jar?
Yeah.
He's got you maybe don't get the lid all the way off, but if you loosen it, I figure you did the job. And maybe me and KP and Bucky loosened that lid on Friday, and then they just opened up an entire can on Saturday. That's for sure. 11 home runs in those 2 games. What an amazing turnaround.
Yeah, it was a great turnaround. And so I kind of want to take, because I know you weren't on the call Saturday. Friday, I asked John Sheshik, who was on the A&M call, if it felt like a funeral for A&M's season. And it kind of did, because Billy and I were recording our luchador about Bucky McMillan being the head coach, and I'll ask you about him in a minute. And then Saturday happens, and you're like, there's hope again, right? So just kind of talk to me what Friday felt like, and then catching up later Saturday that they actually won the series and double-digit win, 17-6 on Saturday, the third game.
Well, I just think that when I saw those scores come in Saturday night, I thought, this is how the aircraft carrier gets turned. It takes a while to get that thing turned around, but this is the sign that it has turned. And I think offensively, that was the biggest thing. Think back to Friday's game. 10-0, no hit, obviously. You're facing a great pitcher, but I don't think he's Paul Skeens. I think he's a Friday night SEC ace, but should you get no hit? I don't know. I mean, Kyle Simon's no hit a really good Vanderbilt team. Like sometimes the pitcher just has it, and you catch a team that's half awake, which seemed to be the case, and you just mow through them. But of those 10 runs allowed, 8 of them would not have scored if A&M just fields the ball and throws the ball cleanly, right? Do you feel better about a 2-0 loss if you get no hit? I don't know, maybe a little bit. But I left that night, and I thought, I guess this is it, right? I mean, I guess you go ahead and order the tombstone for this season. Chris Burke reminds me that that's what happened to the Astros in 2005 before they won the World Series. The Houston Chronicle actually had a tombstone on the front of the sports page saying, "Here lies the Astros season." And I think that was May 1st or maybe even June after a slow start, and they turned it around.
Billy, from your conversations with folks that know college basketball, what are you hearing from like coaches, assistants about Bucky? Like, because we got the initial thoughts, and you look at the resume, you start feeling better about it. You see the brand of basketball, but what do you think? Like college basketball insiders, coaches, scouts, what are they saying?
Well, I think when you listen to the tone of what they say, it's like reverential tone in which they speak of Bucky McMillan. I've not heard people from everywhere talk about one person the way they do Bucky McMillan. It's really interesting. And again, I really haven't heard it like this before. So I'm fascinated by it, and I'm fascinated to learn as time goes on why. Because I've been doing this a long time. And not just A&M coaches, but coaches at other places and stuff. And when the consensus, when everyone says almost exactly the same thing, and again, like, it's not just me. You guys can look this stuff up. Like, go read what's said. Go watch what Bill Self said about him. Go watch what Will Wade said about him. Go, read the quotes. Listen to what Nate Oates said. Go and again, like I said, people around in and around Birmingham, people around Alabama. He could have had the Vandy job last year. You saw some things saying, hey, if Beard goes to A&M, watch for Bucky McMillan at Ole Miss. And then anyone you talk to would have told you he's not leaving Birmingham. He's been there his whole life. And if Alabama or Auburn open up, he'll be probably the favorite to land not one of those jobs, but either one of them. So that's just how he's thought of and talked about there. And I think people are going to see that today. And a lot of it, from what I've told, is just he's never changed it up. He's never changed up how he treats. He's going to treat. You're going to see him around town. He's going to treat A&M fans the same as he will like fans that come up to him at a restaurant. He's going to stand up and talk to them at the table. He's going to, and again, people could say what you want. And like, this is how it works. If there's some jackass listening right now who's a miserable SOB that, if they lose games in year one, he's but he'll stand up and shake your hand at the table. My man, that is a good thing.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below how far you think David can drive a golf ball with a driver. I'm curious.
That's a great way to go, Carter. That's a great topic to end it with.
I'm going to
go
13 yards.
175 yards.
13 yards.
That's not a good drive, by the way.
That's
David.
not a good drive. I don't know.
I think I'll slice it to the. When I go to, I've gone to the place that people go to.
Big Shots?
We're not allowed to say the name.
I'm going to pay for that kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big Shots doesn't exist anymore, so we can still talk
It
about
doesn't
Big
exist
Shots.
anymore?
Yeah, another company that should pay for a name
But
drop.
it's still here, right?
Oh, yeah, it's still here.
There's another. Yeah, you're right. Okay. That kind of saved me.
This is the longest rewind ever. I'm
I was
trying
thinking
to
the same
cancel the
thing.
rewind. Can we just go? We'll see you next time.
Let's
Thank
just-
you.